Saudi Arabia, our butt buddy that we always do business with, we love their oil and they love our money, they decided to flex their Sharia law muscle again because, of course, they pretty much are a Sharia state. They're a theocracy. A report from yesterday in Salon, quote, "A rash of new laws issued in Saudi Arabia aim to blot out all political dissent, and in one case defines atheists as terrorists." The series of laws began in January of 2014. At the end of last month, Human Rights Watch issued a report explaining that a series of related royal decrees create a legal framework that appears to criminalize virtually all dissident thought or expression as terrorism. Now, they go on to explain that a lot of this has to do with people who live in Saudi Arabia going to Syria, fighting alongside the rebels, and basically trying to set up Al-Qaeda-stan or Jihadistan, topple Assad and, make up this incredibly extreme government. Saudi Arabia is already very extreme themselves, but they don't want autonomous power coming from their own population. In fact, the concern is that once these guys come back from Syria, that now all of a sudden they have these revolutionary ideas in their own mind. Now the theocracy and the establishment in Saudi Arabia, the kingdom, which is what it is, they're afraid that, oh fuck, they went to Syria and fought, and now they want to overthrow us. See, Saudi Arabia is afraid of an Arab Spring that topples their government too. So how do they deal with it? The worst way you could ever deal with it. Look, if you're afraid that your population is really pissed off at you and they want to overthrow you, here's how you fix that. Don't let them be pissed off at you. Do good shit that makes them go, oh, they're not so bad, actually. Forget the whole revolution thing. We're actually kind of happy because of what they just did. So what would be the right thing to do? I don't know. Maybe give people more freedom. Let women drive. Don't stone people to death. Give them more democracy, essentially. But no, they went in the other direction. They said, anybody who disagrees with us now, you are a terrorist. But that one's especially annoying. The idea that, well, obviously, all atheists are terrorists. Please, man, please. In my experience, and granted this is anecdotal, but all the atheists I know, and myself included in this, these are the people who always fight the hardest for justice, okay? They fight the hardest to get shit right on this planet, in this life, on this world. And why do they do that? Well, there's a very simple reason. Because they think, I believe rightly, that this is probably the only life we're going to ever live. The only conscious life that we'll have. We think that when we die, well, it's going to be like the year 1796 was. Well, what do I mean by that? You just didn't exist. Would you remember what 1796 was like? Yeah, me neither. I wasn't around. That's what it's going to be like when we die, just nothingness. I don't know that, but it's likely true. Okay, it's an educated guess. So, since we believe that, our idea is, well, let's try to make this life great, Let's use science, let's use technology, let's use our resources to give everybody a minimal standard of living that's decent, that's acceptable. Everybody gets healthcare, everybody gets education, everybody gets equal opportunity, you get a shot, We're going to try to apply justice in as rational a way as we possibly can. So what we're talking about here with the atheist community is an especially humanist and moral and ethical community. And they're saying the exact opposite. No, you're guaranteed to be a terrorist. All of you are terrorists because you're atheists. It's so ironic coming from a government that, like I said, still stones people to death, still doesn't allow women to drive or go out in public alone or show an ankle. These are people who implement incredibly dogmatic and draconian and hideous policies now, and the argument is, well, we're just going by our holy book, and our holy book is correct. So we can act like shitty dickheads right now, and then when we die, everything will be paradise and it'll be great.